Welcome to your Bitcoin marketing blog. This is episode 12, where we look at a case study of the World Gold Council and really, what gold got right in terms of how it's been marketed. The thing is, like gold didn't become valuable by accident. It became valuable because generations of institutions, stories, symbols, and essentially marketing made it culturally meaningful. The World Gold Council didn't invent gold's reputation, but they've done an exceptional job, I'd say, at maintaining it and expanding it. And it's because gold really sells meaning before utility, right? Like people didn't buy gold and don't buy gold because they understand its properties, like its conductivity, its industrial uses, mining economics. They buy it because it occupies a powerful position in their mind, which is like wealth and prestige and achievement.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think how this got drilled into us at such a young age, right? Like when I think about the cartoons that I was watching as a kid, Walt Disney cartoons, or you see a story of pirates, right? Endlessly in search of treasure and gold in a treasure chest. Scrooge McDuck, right? Like swimming through his vast fortunes of gold
This pool
coins.
of gold coins. Not easy to
Yeah.
do, but it's an image and how many kids jumped off of a diving board into a pool of coins
Yeah.
yeah. But, it's funny. Like we didn't even know until recently, actually, that the World Gold Council even existed, right? But they've been doing this work for decades and they market the category. Like they don't just focus on, the asset or any particular, company within the space. I think, a couple of their recent content campaigns are good examples of the work that they're doing. There's the Idris Elba and Elton John documentaries that it's not about buying gold. They're about reinforcing gold's relevance, through stories and culture and identity. And it's presented as, something that's really just woven into civilization.
Yeah, I watched or at least part of the Idris Elba documentary, and the part that I saw, he was traveling to a gold mine, and they take an elevator deep, deep underground, and it just gives you this feeling of like, wow, this gold is not easy to find, right? Like it takes this enormous effort, and that just reinforces kind of its scarcity and value and
Yeah.
preciousness. They go and they travel to India and you see how much it's part of these cultural traditions around like weddings and other things. And so to your point, yeah, it shows gold. They're not trying to explain to you what gold is. They're showing you through real world examples of how meaningful it is and how much it matters to people
Yeah.
and what a big part it plays in their life.
Exactly. And the same thing in the Elton John documentary, right? Where he's using his life story to connect gold to creativity and culture and achievement and even like healthcare with his pacemaker. What these campaigns do through a marketing lens is they market emotionally and intellectually at the same time. And that's really how gold became part of the global culture. Like just think about how often we use the word like gold standard, gold medal, golden age, golden opportunity, heart of gold, right? Like people use these phrases without ever thinking about where they came from. And, the marketing story here is that like it's the ultimate victory in positioning, right? Like your category becomes part of everyday language.
Right. And just synonymous with value, luxury, status, tradition. We think about gold as something that gets handed down, right, from generation to generation. When you get married, you're symbolizing your lifelong commitment with gold wedding bands, right? And yeah, it's amazing to see how it doesn't stand on its own. It's completely interwoven with all these different things and these things that are so core to who we are as human.
Yeah. It's decades of like category marketing that have allowed gold to really occupy all of these positions at once. I think this is also where Bitcoin has really struggled, right? It seems like the industry debates which narrative should really dominate, whereas gold has, clearly been aligned on this for a long time.
Yeah, and there's no doubt, gold does possess qualities, natural qualities that make it a good store of value. It is a scarce metal, but it's gone far beyond that, right? Like it's really that as we mentioned before, we've been taught at a young age through as early as like when we're watching cartoons and so forth, the value of gold. And so we've not only learned it, but we've kind of agreed on it. We're all sort of aligned on the idea that this thing represents value. And it's interesting because when you think about that, like for the World Gold Council, you'd almost think, hey, the job is done, right? Everybody agrees on gold. It's not going anywhere. It hasn't gone anywhere for the last t tens of thousands of years. And yet the World Gold Council continues to spend, hundreds of millions of dollars every year to produce the content, to reinforce that message, and to make sure it's taught to the next generation and it is continually reinforced with the existing generation. So,
Hmm.
this is just an amazing case study for the Bitcoin industry to observe and to take some cues from.
For sure.